Hi and welcome to Love and Leon. My name is Urja Kumbhare and today we are discussing vision board. Specifically what not to do when making a vision board and manifesting your dreams and desires for 2025 and what you can do instead to make sure that you are attracting instead of chasing. And here's what I have learned what not to do and what you can do instead. Already talked about the theme, which is deciding what your era is going to be. Then we can move on to other sectors and specific sectors. This is where the life binder comes in. So last year I followed Fernanda Ramirez's video about making life binder, and this is my life binder here. It's a very simple cutesy file folder, and I followed it for a year. And here's what I have learned what not to do and what you can do instead. In making the life binder, the categories, number one is mentality. What is your mentality going to be like? And mentality is a very important topic because it defines your mindset, and your thoughts are the ones that govern your action, and your actions are what actually brings those things into your life. So it all starts in your mind. Whatever desire you have, it starts with imagining it, thinking about having it, embodying that feeling, and then taking aligned action. Under mentality, the kind of pictures I've included is journaling, quotes that I like, affirmations, things like that are in my mentality. So this is where your mindset comes in, and this is where your mentality comes in. In another video, I'll show you how I digitized all these into my Notion. Okay, next we have physical self. So what are your physical goals for the year? So focus on your physical self. The kind of pictures I've included here are like pictures of my ideal body type, not specifically in terms of having a certain size or a certain weight. It is more like the kind of shape I would like to have, or the kind of muscle definition I would like to have. What kind of foods would I like to eat? How do I want my skin health to be, or my hair health to be, or my nail health? Those kind of things. And what kind of drinks I would like to include in my life. What kind of foods I would like to include in my life. If I want to do sea cycling, things like that. So it comes under physical health. So my career, the kind of career that I would like to have. But this is also where I made some mistakes, because some of these things that I've put in my career don't actually align with my values and don't actually align with the kind of stuff that I want to do. They were more aligned with the kind of goals I had previously, and it was more like a carry forward. And as I grew and as I did more healing and as I got to know myself better, I realized that they don't align with my values. So your values have to be absolutely spot on. Like, you have to know what your values are. What do you value? What do you prioritize? What are you willing to make sacrifices for? And that is so important, so that you can decide what kind of energy do you want to attract, especially in terms of your career or in terms of money, because because honestly, money is a energy. It can come in a variety of ways. There is white money, there is black money, there is money that is earned through illegal stuff, there is money that is earned through legal stuff, there is money that is earned through providing value, providing service, providing products or goods. There is money that can be earned through coaching, through helping other people, through becoming a healer, through putting out videos like this, through collaboration. So you have to kind of understand how do you want that money to come, and you have to be very sure about your values. I am a very ethical person, and if someone wants me to do something illegal or wants me to dabble in something in like black money or things like that, it really irks. Like, I have broken contacts with people who wanted to work with me just because they didn't want there to be legal paperwork, and that is one of my values. I want to do everything properly, kind of proper like that. So you have to make sure how you want that energy to come in. You have to be very specific. How do you want to earn your money? How do you want to do things? So while I had this entire thing about my career and it was kind of like what I thought I wanted, it didn't align with me in the sense that I thought I wanted to be a creator because I wanted to do collaborations and I wanted to earn through collaboration. But as I collaborated with brands and I kind of understood what brand collaboration entail, when it comes to prioritizing monetization instead of building a community, there are a lot of sacrifices that I have to. So I realized that in my career I didn't want to give precedent to brand collaborations, especially to collaborations with brands that I don't personally resonate with. So now my focus has shifted because now I understand that I have to also realize and give precedent to how I want that energy to come in. And usually it's like you set an intention and the universe just makes it happen for you. But you have to be specific in terms of, asking the universe, please make it come through ethical sources. Please make it come through ads. Please make it come through digital products. Those are the kind of things that you have to be very specific about. This is another mistake that I made in terms of making the mood board for my business. I'm an entrepreneur. In my board, there is a lot of making videos and making content around creating those products. But as a designer, I'm a professional designer. I don't like constantly record my process. I prefer sharing my products and my designs after they're done. I do a little bit of BTS here and there, but I'm not the kind who would do live streaming or while designing. I have images of those that don't align because it didn't align with my personality and my way of work. I ended up not working whenever I got overwhelmed by seeing this. So that is one thing to avoid. You have to make sure that the images that you put in also align with your personality, so it is realistic to what you would actually do or not. I sell digital products, but these are physical products. There was a conflict in my mind because I have chosen to go digital and make digital journals. That actually created many cross purposes when it came to my business because it wasn't aligning with the way I had decided to do. And this is before I started this brand. I created this board, and then as I did it and I learned more in the process, I realized that this is not aligned. So you have to make sure that once you realize that something is not working out in your vision board, that you make changes to it and reprint it or modify it so that you aren't staying with those cross purposes and that you're not still attracting the energy that doesn't serve you anymore or isn't aligned with you anymore. Okay, next one is my lifestyle. I actually really love this one because so much of this has actually come true. Even the aesthetic is very similar to the aesthetic of the room that I am in. Again, some of the things here don't really align with me, such as at the beginning of the year, I kind of had an obsession for this one car that I saw, and then I went into this rabbit hole of driving videos and videos around cars and things like that, and I get severely motion sick. So it kind of didn't make sense. It's like an external influence in your life. So you really have to check if it's a mimetic model. This is one of the things to avoid. This is number 3 to not do while making a vision board is don't incorporate mimetic models into your board. So it is like crochet covers for makeup. So instead of that, I did crochet a lot. This year I created a top, I created other things. I made covers for a bunch of things. So that made sense, but the car part didn't. But so much of this energy I have attracted in my life, which I am really grateful for, so it definitely worked. Don't incorporate mimetic models. So the next one is spiritual goals. Especially if you're a spiritual person or a religious person, you need to set some kind of goals for yourself. In terms of if you're a religious person, then maybe you want to go on a religious trip. Things like that you have to include, what would you like to do in the year. If you're a spiritual person, then what kind of spiritual practices would you like to incorporate? Would you like to do meditation every day or a few times a week? Or if you would like to heal some kind of wounds, or if you would like to learn some techniques or some kind of subjects, then you have to incorporate that. In my spiritual board, there is learning about my higher self, healing through generational trauma or healing in general, loving myself. There is gratitude journal. There are some crystals. I love crystals. I've learned geology, so I really like crystals from a science perspective as well. There's that. Money I've already covered, and this is a very cool tip that I have for you. Is you can make playlists on Spotify. So you can make of either podcast episodes, or you can make playlists of music that go with this energy or vibe that you want. For money, I have this money playlist that has songs just like Magic and Success by Ariana Grande. So you can make these playlists and put the Spotify code of that. So whenever you're looking at that specific vision board or that specific board, you can also hear it and feel it and be in that vibe. I think that really helped, and that has really helped shape my relationship with money and how much I'm spending or how much I'm saving. That is another great tip. And make sure that you specify where it's coming from or how you want it in your life so that it aligns with your values. So then there was one with relationships, and this is a big one. This is like the top, the fourth thing that I would say do not do is do not put a picture of a specific person. Do not put pictures of people because you don't know what is actually going on in their life. Oftentimes when making vision boards, we take pictures of the internet, we take pictures of people whose life you want to kind of emulate or something like that. You can see that, oh, this is the kind of energy that we want. Take everything that you see on social media with a pinch of salt approach, because you don't know what is actually going on in that person's life. Because when you're making a vision board, you have to make sure that you're making it from a place of feminine energy where it is all about you and not about the object or about the thing that you want to attract in your life. And I say this because when I put picture of the kind of man I wanted to attract, I did attract that kind of a man, but he was emotionally unavailable, and I found out why that happened later. It's because the person who I put in my vision board as a representation of the kind of person I wanted to attract, he was also emotionally unavailable. He used to be extremely busy, like hardworking, yes, but that kind of energy wherein that person didn't have space in his life to attract love or to provide love or be in a healthy relationship. So you don't know what is actually going on in the lives of the people whose pictures you might put in the vision board or what the dynamic is. So be very careful, and wherever possible, make sure that the photos in your vision board don't have someone's face in it, don't have like someone's life in it, because you could be unintentionally attracting that kind of energy into your life. And when it comes to friendships or putting pictures of friendship or putting pictures of things like public speaking at this photo, you have to understand under what circumstances would you like to do that. So I thought when I put this that I would maybe speak at a conference or something like that, but instead I got invited to a public speaking club, which is again great, but not what I intended. So be very intentional about how you want those things to happen or under what circumstances you would like them to happen to attract that specific kind of energy into your life. So when it comes for like public speaking opportunities, it would be better put that as an intention and then also take actions aligned with that intention, like applying to conferences so I could speak at conferences. You know what I mean? That's that for today, and I think we've covered what to do and what not to do when doing a vision board. Thank you so much for watching. With lots of love and some Leon. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.